Hi, everyone, and welcome to Articulate Thursdays. I am your host, Nabil, the mild mannered community development specialist at the town of Oakville, and by now, an expert user of Facebook Live. So, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Let's get started right away. We have an awesome activity program for you guys today. And just like always, I hope you've been checking out all the other wonderful activities that the town of Oakville is hosting for you guys to make sure that you're engaged, you're participating, you're interacting with us. So we have wonderful activities each day of the week. As you know, Thursday is Art Thursdays, and for this week, the quote that we wanted to inspire you guys and get your creative juices flowing was the following: "Keep walking through the storm. Your rainbow is waiting on the other side," by Heather Stalusin. And let me tell you, this was an amazing week, guys. We received a record number of submissions. So thank you so much. Super excited to share with you what the wonderful residents of Oakville have sent us. Let me tell you, I was blown away, and I am sure you will be as well when I share the submissions with you guys. Just like always, I want to give you guys a chance, right? I know many of you guys might have wanted to participate, but didn't get a chance to. So now is your chance, right? Take a moment, look at the quote, and just ponder what the quote means to you. Especially given the circumstances we find ourselves in, and write in the comments. Tell us your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. So if you didn't get a chance to send us your submission, at least let us know what your thoughts are. And it's never too late. You can always send us your submissions at public.art@oakville.ca. So again, let's get started with some of the submissions. But before we do that, I always like to start off with what this quote means to me and what is my creative representation of this quote. So again, I am not an awesome artist, but that doesn't mean that we can't do art. So I wrote a poem, just like I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. So I will now read that to you for you to be inspired by those poems. So here we go. So the poem, which is inspired by the following quote: "Keep walking through the storm. Your rainbow is waiting on the other side." The poem's called "The Calm Before." The calm before the storm. Little was known of what the future would hold. Resilience became the new norm, and we persevered as our lives did unfold. The storm has come, but it is not meant to stay. We have to be what we're meant to become, so the storm may go away. The rainbow awaits on the other side, waiting to greet us with its smile. So dry the tears you might have cried, for the rainbow is meant to stay a while. Thank you. Let that sink in, guys. Truly profound words. Truly profound. But I wrote this poem because I recognize that we are in challenging times. I recognize that this is the storm, and just like the quote mentions, that we have to walk through the storm. We have to brace for the storm. We have to persevere and be resilient through the storm so that we can get to the rainbow, right? And the rainbow is going to come, and we know this, and it's going to stay here, and we're going to get to enjoy all that the rainbow represents for us. But we got to get through this, and the only way to get through this is together, is to be resilient, is to persevere, and to rely on each other through programs like this. So that was just my thoughts on the quote. Now let's see what some of our submissions were, right? And I am super excited, guys, to share with you the very first submission. It's from my nephew Amar, who is 4 years old. But if you saw this wonderful artwork, you would not think that he is 4. This is absolutely amazing. It was all him. What a talent. And he made sure for us to mention that there is somebody walking on the rainbow at the top. If you can see the yellow people walking on the rainbow on the top, we all want to be walking on top of rainbows. and Amar is doing it. He was so excited to participate. Amar, you, my friend, are a genius, super talented, and you're also a cutie pie. So thank you so much for participating. And shout out to my nieces, Ira and Eliza, for making this happen, guys. Wonderful way to start off the Articulate Thursdays with such an awesome submission. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's see what we have next. Again, it's this wonderful concept. It's such a simple concept of just having just putting painting on rocks and transforms them, makes them so meaningful. So this was submitted to us by our good friend Pierce, who was on their walk, and they found this beautiful rainbow on a rock, and it reminded them of the challenge that we presented for this week. And they mentioned that this was something that was special to them. It made them smile, and you know what? It makes us smile to see that people in the community are practicing physical distancing, but at the same time are putting the smiles on our residents' face. So Pierce, thank you so much for sharing this. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's go on to our next one. Now look at this. I love the creative interpretations of just how smart our youth and our little ones and our children are. So this was submitted to us by Charlotte. Charlotte B. She is 9 years old, and this is stained glass butterfly. It's on an 11 by 14 acrylic on canvas. Charlotte did want us to mention that she does live in Oakville, the best town in all of Canada. What? Now, here's an explanation for what this painting represents to Charlotte. So here we go. I would just like to read it for you. Charlotte feels that at the end of COVID, the storm, she will have changed into a butterfly and will have become more beautiful inside and out because she has learned to appreciate the everyday blessings in her life and is more appreciative of the things she took for granted before, such as spending time with friends and family, going to movies, going to stores. Wow. Wise beyond your years, Charlotte. And also super talented, amazing work. And again, this thanks to Mom, Lisa, for sending this to us. Absolutely incredible, so inspiring, so beautiful, so artistic. And we hope to keep getting more submissions from you guys. Once again, Charlotte, really appreciate it. And the insight, even better. Absolutely phenomenal. So happy that you shared that with us. Let's keep it going, guys. And look who we have next. Angelina is back, and I can't be more excited for that. This week, Angelina gave us her interpretation of the quote and rainbow. Look how creative, how phenomenal, how super cute this is. And again, there's a little bit of an explanation of what this painting is and how this artwork is represented in the quote. And to Angelina, so I would just like to read that from you. And again, this was again super thanks to Susan, Angelina's mom, for sending us this submission. So here we go. These have been so great. Angelina loves participating in these challenges. She was especially excited about this one as she loves rainbows. We all love rainbows. This process involved melting crayons using a hair dryer. This was Angelina's favorite part. We see rainbows as a symbol of better things to come. It is a symbol of hope, inspiration, and wishes coming true. This quote stood out to us as we continue on the storm, the pandemic. We cannot wait for the days when life returns to a new normal, the better days, rainbows ahead. As we're in the middle of this pandemic, we are waiting with our umbrellas for the rainbow and remembering that the magnificent often requires a battle through struggle and patience. I honestly think those are words of philosophers. That could be Plato or Socrates for all I know. That is absolutely phenomenal. What great insight. What amazing collective activity to do together as parents, as children, come together, reflect on a quote, get creative, and honestly share this with the rest of the community. How wonderful is that? And let me tell you, as you guys know, I'm a frequent user of hair dryers, and I would have never thought to do that with a hair dryer to be as creative as this. So absolutely phenomenal. Angelina, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It is simply breathtaking. let's move on to our next one. Wow. Again, wonderfully done. This painting was submitted by Meta Conijin. So thank you so much for submitting to us your artwork. And, it speaks to the same concept of, walk through the storm, right? We are in the storm, metaphorically speaking, with the whole COVID-19 situation. And we have to brace for it, we have to prepare for it, and we have to be patient during it. And it seems like this wonderful cat, which, by the way, I'm a cat person. I know there's lots of dog people. I love dogs too, but something about cats, I love them. I think that's a cat that's hiding or that's underneath the umbrella. This cat's just waiting out the storm, but the cat's prepared. It's got an umbrella. It's just waiting it out. It's being patient, and it's persevering, and it is beautiful. So that goes without saying. So once again, thank you so much for this submission. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's move on to the next one. Now this is wonderful, and this drawing is of the northern rainbow sky, done in plasticine by Mabe when Mabe was 7 years old. Let me tell you something. I'm 34 years old and I can't do that. So Mabe, you are brilliantly talented, phenomenal, and absolutely breathtaking to even just look at this wonderful painting. When Mabe was 7 years old, so super cool, super awesome. Just take a look at just the intricacies of this painting. This is why art speaks not just to the visuals, but also it can connect with us in our hearts, as one of the quotes that we had previously to us. And so this certainly hits the spot. Mabe, thank you so much. Keep being creative. Keep creating. Keep expressing. Keep being you. Thank you so much for sharing this. Now here's the next one. I find this one absolutely hilarious and also wonderfully artistic. This was sent to us by our good friend Jill. And so Jill, the description that Jill shared with us is as follows. I want to read it for you guys. I painted this picture, stuck with you, for my daughter who had to spend her 26th birthday at home with their parents in isolation lockdown today. First of all, happy birthday to your daughter, Jill. All of Oakville wishes you happy birthday, all the best. And I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm speaking for myself. When I was 26 years old, I couldn't think of a better way to spend my birthday than with my parents. Maybe go for bingo afterwards. That would have just been the cherry on top. I am kidding, of course. But you know what? These are the moments we will remember. These are the moments we're going to cherish, and we are cherishing at the moment. Jill, thank you so much for sharing this. The painting looks so cool. Like, honestly, this is what I love about this activity, is that people's interpretation of the quote can be so creative and so artistically gifted, and so diverse. And this is such an awesome painting. I'm sure many mommies out there can relate, many parents out there can relate to this painting, and it is so well done. So Jill, once again, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Let's keep going. Ooh, this is I believe, the last submission that we received for this week, and this is sent by our good friend Carlene. So this was her interpretation that she wanted to share with us. What a wonderful artwork. Like, this is so detailed. I can't even get into the depths of what makes this so great. So I'm just going to read what Carlene sent us, because it goes so beautifully with the painting itself. So here we go. I look for the birds' choir in the sun in the morning, and eagerly for the glittery stars in the sky at night. With the birds' songs and bright stars bookending my day, I am reassured nature has remained through the years. Dating back to the beginning, unwaveringly the same, now reaching out to embrace our aching hearts, whispering us to engage in. A little less rat race, a little more stopping to smell and smile, a little less wanting of more, a little more appreciation of what we already have. A little less striving, a little more allowing of the reemergence of our inner suppressed spirits. A whole lot more loving ourselves so we can radiate love to others around us, a rippling into rivers of clear water of life to nourish and birth a new pristine earth again. Do you find the birds singing reassuring, dear friends? I sure do. Wow. I'm speechless. That is so beautiful. That is so deep. That is so beautiful. I don't know if I can say anything else. Carlene, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you know what? I was just joking about that being the last submission because we have one more. And again, I am super excited to share this. This is sent in by my niece, Aliza. Aliza, thank you so much. Whoa, all the colors of the rainbow with an awesome interpretation. I had no idea how talented you were, Eliza. This is absolutely breathtaking, absolutely phenomenal. I'm literally mesmerized by looking at this and how wonderfully beautiful it is. So once again, Eliza, thank you so much for participating and sending it to us. We really appreciate it. So guys, that brings us to the end of all our submissions. But you know what? I have a very exciting announcement to make because next week is going to be a very special week. And I'll tell you why. We're going to launch a new program, and it's meant for it's called Message in a Bottle, because we want to reach out to the isolated seniors and show them some love. As you know, these are very challenging times, and seniors are most at risk with the whole COVID-19 situation. That can cause a lot of stress. We are partnering with a local food organization to be able to support hundreds of isolated seniors. And what we want to do is get messages of positive messages of your artwork, of your painting, of your poetry, of anything that you can send to us. And we want to be able to print it out, and we're going to send it to isolated residents to bring a smile to their face, to bring some joy to their face, because in times like this, those things matter so much. They mean more than you know. And your creative act is going to make a memorable moment for the isolated seniors. So again, we are asking you guys to send it to us. More details to follow. I'm going to share that with you right now. But you can send all your artwork, any positive messages to public.art@oakville.ca. You can write a letter of hope, of positivity, of anything that you can think of that can put a smile on the senior's face. So this is how what we want you to do. We want to invite you to take a moment to write a caring letter and our meaningful artwork to share with our isolated seniors. As I mentioned, we will print and deliver your contribution to the Oakville seniors. So we will take care of all the printing. We're going to follow all the protocols of social distancing and physical distancing to make sure that everything is safe. We want to put a smile on our seniors who are feeling isolated in their faces, and you can be a big part of that. Think about what kind of community we can be if we all participate in sending such awesome messages, and I know that we will. So again, using your preferred medium, whether that's paint, pencil, ink, graphite, pastel, photography, and writing, send a letter and our artwork to public.art@oakville.ca. Submissions will be accepted on an ongoing basis and will be reviewed until May 4th. So next week on Thursday, I will be sharing some of the wonderful artwork, some of the stories, some of the letters that you sent us on our Articulate Thursdays. And just if that wasn't enough, just in case you needed a little bit more motivation, I have a quote here for you that you can use as an inspiration for your artwork, for your letters, for your messages. And that quote is, the smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention. From Oscar Wilde, the magnificent, the smart Oscar Wilde. Now, use this quote, make a difference, but the small steps we take, the small differences that we think we're making that might not be very significant to us can be so significant to everyone around us, right? And so again, just some rules around sending us your artwork, or some best practices, I should say. Digital images should be no larger than 1 megapixel per image. Images must be PC compatible, so something like in JPEG. The maximum resolution, 1024 by 768 at 300 dpi. And do not embed messages in the documents such as Word, PDFs, or PowerPoint. I think they make it harder for us to extract it, so just send it as is. And include your name and a brief description as to why you made the artwork. maximum 100 words. We're obviously trying to put all the information in concise manner so that we can share it with as many residents as possible. And letters, if you're writing letters, they could be handwritten and sent in as a photograph, or typed in a body of an email, or sent in as an attachment. And just to let you know, the wonderful artwork that you share with us, we'll be sharing that with the residents, but we may also be sharing that with the Town of Oakville social media channels, because you know why? This is what community is all about. This is what all of us coming together is all about, and we want to celebrate that here in Oakville. So that being said, guys, that brings us to the end of our show today. I will see you guys next week. Until then, guys, stay safe, and we will see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.